talking about the gift of the Spirit one after the other, we're going to start with the gift of a word of wisdom. Now, actually, pay attention to that word, that word I said. It is called the gift of a word of wisdom. It is not the gift of wisdom. So before I tell you what it is, let me tell you what it is not. So number one, the gift of a word of wisdom is not the kind of wisdom that God gave to Solomon. No, it is not that kind of one. It is not the application of knowledge. You know, people define wisdom as the application of knowledge. No, it is not the application of knowledge, because the kind of wisdom we're talking about in this sense, the speaker has no prior knowledge of it. So that one is it. It is not the gift of mind reading or fortune telling. No, these are dimensions that are outside of the borders of Zion. This gift has nothing to do with your intellectual prowess, educational capacity, and all of those ones. It has nothing to do with it. And it is not the kind of wisdom that increases with age. You know, the Bible says that Elihu, one of Job's friends, says, I thought age should speak wisdom. When somebody is old physically, it's expected that the person should command some level of wisdom. But this wisdom we're talking about has nothing to do with all of these things. So now the big question is this: what is the gift of a word of wisdom? So now this gift is a sudden impartation of a fragment of God's wisdom concerning a matter, an event, a person, and all of that. So it's a sudden, pay attention, a sudden impartation of divine wisdom, a fragment of divine wisdom concerning a matter, concerning an event, concerning a person, concerning anything. So anything that you can define as a noun. So a sudden impartation of that, of God's wisdom. Many times it can be to know what to say, it can be to know what to do, or to reveal what will happen about such a person. So that is this wisdom. And this wisdom that we're talking about now is always about the future. The gift of a word of wisdom reveals things about the future. It has nothing to do with the past or the present. It is always about what? The future. So it reveals things that will happen. So when there is prophecy and there is something that, and it is about what will happen in the future, then you should know that it is the gift of a word of wisdom that are in the place. So there are many examples in the Bible that we're not going to be able to exhaust. I just want to give you some few ones, both from the Old Testament and the New Testament. From the Old Testament, in Genesis 3, the judgment of God upon Eve, the devil, and all of those ones. That is example of a manifestation of the wisdom of God, telling you I will put enmity between this woman and this serpent and all of those ones. So because it's talking about things that will happen in the future, then you should know all predictions of prophets. From all of them, Moses said that God will raise up a prophet like me from among you. From Isaiah talking about the birth of Jesus, the crucifixion of Jesus, all of those things, all predictions of the prophet about the future are the manifestation of the gift of a word of wisdom. Then also in the New Testament, we have many examples. You will see Jesus giving answers to questions by the gift of a word of wisdom. When he talked about his own death, that was the operation of the gift of a word of wisdom, because it later on came to pass. So you have things like that. You have Agabus, the prophet, talking about a famine that will happen in the planet later on in the future, in Acts chapter 11. So that is it. You see Ananias also, Jesus telling Ananias about the purpose and vision statement of Apostle Paul and all of the things that Apostle Paul will suffer for the sake of the gospel. So those are manifestations of the operations of the gift of a word of wisdom. So whenever things are about the future, you should know that it is the operation of the gift of a word of wisdom. God bless you.